So thank you for the Gates Society. This is my longtime friend Fuku, and he's from the Gates Cactus and Succulent Society, which was my first club. And I'm going to let him do the introduction for Anj.
Okay. Thank you, Kelly. Welcome everybody back from lunch there. I know some are still trickling in from the sales there. How's everybody? Good lunch? Stay awake, you know, right? Don't have the after lunch move. So we are delighted to have Andry Petignat. He is the director of the Antsokay Arboretum in the southwest part of Madagascar, just right outside of Toliara. So it's been a while, about 10 years since he's last spoke for CSSA. So we're delighted and humbled to have him here. Of course, he knows Peter. So Andry, all yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anj, so I'm honored to be here today. Some of you may remember me a decade ago when I attended the 15th convention here in the United States. I must admit my English has not improved much. I'm sorry for that. So I ask your patience and lenience once again. But regardless of language barrier, my passion for Madagascar's unique flora has only grown stronger. And today, I'm excited to share with you a truly fascinating and little-known genus of succulent, Uncarina. So to begin with, Uncarina is a genus that belongs to the Pedaliaceae family. So some of you may know this family, which also includes the well-known sesame plants. The genus, comprising 11 species, is native to the arid region of Madagascar, where it thrives in a unique climate condition of the island. Uncarina comprises a diverse range of species, each contributing to the richness of Madagascar flora. However, despite being relatively obscure in the broader context of global plant life, Uncarina presents a fascinating example of evolution and adaptation. The name Uncarina is derived from the Latin name, the Latin word uncus, meaning hook, referring to the hooked structure of its fruit. As you can see, these hooks help the seeds attach to animals for dispersal. And the suffix "ina" is a common Latinized ending used in botanical nomenclature, likely added to create a more formal and distinctive genus name. So Uncarina essentially means plant with hooks, describing the characteristic hooked fruit. So Uncarina plants are typically shrubs or small plants, small trees, with strikingly unusual flowers. The flowers can be large and showy, and with an intriguing mix of colors, often bright yellows, white, pinks, or purples that stand out in their desert surroundings. These vibrant blooms are adapted to attract specific pollinators, particularly bees and birds. The flowers of Uncarina are adapted to attract specific pollinators. Some species are pollinated by bees, while others relies on birds, particularly those with long beaks. These specialized relationships underscore the ecological interdependence in Madagascar's fragile ecosystem. like many Madagascar endemic species, Uncarina has evolved various adaptations to survive in the island's dry, often harsh conditions. The plants have developed drought-resistant feature, including thick, fleshy leaves or stems modification to store water. Their deep root system allows the plants to access groundwater, and essential feature in the unpredictable climate of Madagascar, which is prone to long dry spells following by intense rains. So while Uncarina is relatively small in terms of biomass, it still provides important ecological service. The fruits and seeds serve as food for various animals, and its deep roots helps prevent soil erosion. So the unusual seed dispersal mechanism of Uncarina plays a critical role in its survival and spread, sometimes called the mousetrap tree, due to its spiny seed pods. Those spiny seed pods not only helps to, but also ensure that the seeds are planted in areas that are often far from the parent plant. This strategy minimizes competition for resources and promotes genetic diversity. So the seed pods, which are often equipped with hooks or spines that resembles harpoons, once mature and dry out. These structures are a key component in the plant's reproductive strategy, facilitating seed dispersal. Some species have pods that resemble small spiny hooks, which latch into the fur of animals or the feathers of birds, allowing seeds to travel long distances. Furthermore, the sharp terminal spines of the mature are too large, far apart to clasp the fur of small animals, given the absence of large terrestrial animals in Madagascar. And so studies argued that its spiny fruits are tramples burrs that evolved to be dispersed on the feet of the extinct elephant bird, which is called Epuernius. That bird got extinct some 500 years ago. So these are some among the many species in the genus. Several have generated attention for their unique features or rarity. So let's look at a few. So let's start with Uncarina abbreviata. Maybe you know that species. It's deciduous shrubs or small trees. This species typically grows on to a height of 2 to 5 meters high, with a distinctive swollen water-storing trunk. Its robust trunk, often thickened and bulbous at the base, serve as a water reservoir, allowing the plant to survive long dry spells typical of its native environment. And among its most captivating attributes is its large, showy flowers, which bloom profusely during the rain season. from October to March. That's the flowering season in its natural habitat. So the flowers are vibrant pink with delicate shading, providing a striking contrast against the rich green foliage. Their vivid hues are not only visually alluring, but also serve to attract a range of pollinators, including bees and butterflies. The blooms appear soon after the emergence of fresh, tender leaves, marking the beginning of the plant's active growth phase and becoming a stunning highlight of the growing season. This species is often confused with Uncarina stellolifera. Some of you may know this Uncarina stellolifera. It has similar flowers with this one, but the big difference is in the flower with uniformly pink in color and without the streaks. Okay, without the streaks on the petals. And the fruits have a flattened center. This is Uncarina decarii, or decari, it's up to you. It's also a remarkable species for its distinctive yellow flowers and deeply cut foliage. It's also prized for its ornamental value. They boasting lush, velvety foliage and striking yellow flowers that attract also pollinators. This combination of unique reproductive strategies and aesthetic appeal makes it a subject of great interest among botanists and plant enthusiasts alike, like many of you here. The flowering period often begin in October to November, shortly after the first rain of the season, and can extend through January or February, depending on rainfall and local conditions. This is in its habitat, and that is Uncarina grandidieri. It's another yellow flower species, multi-branch shrub or small pachycoalescent tree, capable of reaching an ultimate height of 3 meters to 5 meters with a robust, thickened trunk that can attain girth of up to 80 centimeters. It's so swollen water trunk and branches make it very well adapted to the environment. The plant's foliage is lush and deeply lobed, adding to its ornamental appeal. During the flowering season, which typically begins with the onset of the wet season, from September to February, Uncarina grandidieri produce an abundance of large, vivid yellow flowers, each adorned with a deep, almost dark throat. These trumpet-shaped blossoms are not only visually striking, but also serve to attract pollinators such as bees and butterflies. Following the bloom, the plant develops unusual green fruit cover in menacing over weedly spines. These spines, tipped with recurve hooks, enable the fruit to latch into passing animals or humans, facilitating seed dispersal in its native habitat. This adaptation shade among Uncarina species enhances its ability to propagate across its dry, sandy terrain. The stems are stout and become thickened with age. The leaves are fuzzy and are sticky to the touch, yielding a musty odor when rubbed. The leaves are deciduous during the winter resting season, and this picture was taken in habitat near Fort Dauphin in southeastern. The plant thrives relatively more in fertile soils, more than some of the relatives. Yet it's retained many of the drought-resistant adaptation that are characteristic of the genus. This adaptation enabled to survive in arid conditions, making it well suited to an environment where water availability is limited. And despite its preference for richer soil, Uncarina grandidieri remains a resilient species, demonstrating a balance between the ability to take advantage of more nutrient-rich environment and the capacity to endure drought, a period of dryness. So Uncarina grandidieri is similar to the Carii, but with larger flowers and not deeply lobed leaves. The picture on the left was taken at Huntington Garden with John Traeger in 2015. This is Uncarina leptocarpa. Is a truly distinctive and elegant member of the Uncarina genus, notable as the only species known to produce white flowers. Blooming typically occurs during the rain season, from October to March, with timing influenced by local rainfall pattern and environmental conditions. Despite its rarity in cultivation, this species is remarkable, and its precocious flowering, often blooming when the plant is as small as 50 centimeters tall. And the flowers themselves are delicate the flowers are delicate and striking, pure white with a vivid yellow throat, offering a unique contrast compared to the predominantly yellow flowering species of the genus. In form, leptocarpa present as a shrub or a dwarf caudiciform tree with a growth habit reminiscent of a miniature fig tree. It generally reaches up to 3 meters in height, though in ideal condition it may occasionally grow as tall as 7 meters, developing a sturdy trunk up to 30 centimeters in diameter. Over time, it forms a comparatively dense umbrella-like crown of gently arching branches that can spread up to 2.5 meters wide. Beneath the surface, the plant anchors itself with its impressively large, irregularly shaped subterranean tuber, which acts as a vital water storage organ during the long dry season. this is Leptocarpa again. The foliage is equally characteristic. The leaves are pentagonal to slightly palmate, with small acute lobes, often showing indistinct basal lobes. They are borne on long pecíoles and are finely hairy, offering a soft texture. To its deciduous nature, the plant shed its leaf during the winter resting season, conserving resources in response to drought and reduced light. Leptocarpa is native to the Morundava region. This is in the southwestern Madagascar, growing in and around the iconic avenue of the Baobab. Maybe some of you have been there already. It thrives on calcareous soils and among the iconic It thrives in the calcareous soil and among limestone outcrops, making it well adapted to nutrient-poor rocky environments where few other shrubs can survive. This rare and unusual species is a fascinating example of Madagascar botanical diversity and resilience. This is Uncarina leandrii. It is a small tree growing in Zumbitsi forest. That's about 3 hours drive from Toliara. It has a short trunk and multiple branches reaching up to 2.5 meters in and its distinctly lobed leaves measures about 16 centimeters in both width and length. Each leaf features a prominent center terminal lobe, accompanied by two smaller, less deeply lobes, lateral lobes. The upper surface of the green leaves is sparsely covered with simple hairs, some of which have indistinct heads, while a few muscus glandis with square-shaped heads are also present. The underside of the leaf appears gray-green to the present of both short stalk mucus glands. This is also Leandri. The inflorescence consists of cymes bearing 2 to 8 flowers, which can form dense clusters. The golden yellow flowers have a tubular structure, measuring between 5 and 7 centimeters in length. Uncarina leandri, like many other species in the genus, flowers during the rain season in its native habitat. This period typically spans from October to March, with most intense flowering usually occurring between November and January. The fruit is laterally flattened and egg-shaped in profile, featuring a long, broad, pointed or blunt beak. Measuring about 7 centimeters in length and 4 centimeters in width. The fruit is covered exclusively with hooked spines and develops 2 lateral wings with spine-like edges, and the hooks spines arranged in rows of 6 or 7. Their bases are widened and fuse into a comb-like structure. The seeds are inverted, heart-shaped, measuring about 8 millimeters long and 7 millimeters wide. So this is the common one that we have in the southwest, very common species in Toliara. That is Uncarina stellolifera. It's a truly captivating species, known for its strikingly distinctive and comparatively larger flowers than its congeners. The bloom feature a delicate whitish pink tubular structure, intricately adorned with crimson red veins that create a vibrant contrast against the soft pink lobes. Yeah, and this coloration not only enhances its ornamental appeal, but also plays a role in attracting its specific pollinators. Flowering generally coincides with plant-breaking dormancy and producing new foliage after the dry season, marking the floral display even more striking against the fresh green leaves. This typically means it begins flowering around October to November, with blooming continuing into early months of the wet season, often through January or February. In cultivation, the flowering period can sometimes be influenced or extended by controlled watering and temperature conditions. In its native, it is native to the harsh, arid, and rocky landscape of southern Madagascar. This is in the coastal road in the southwest, from Toliara to Andavadok. Uncarina stellolifera has evolved of a suite of remarkable adaptations to thrive in an environment where water is scarce and conditions are extreme. Its robust, thick, succulent stems function as vital water reservoirs, allowing the plant to store moisture during rare rainfall events. The leaves, which are deeply lobed and often covered with a fine fuzz, contribute to reducing water loss by limiting transpiration, and in response to prolonged dry spells, the plant may shed its foliage entirely. It's a strategic move to conserve essential resources. And stellolifera has also produced intriguing seed capsules like the other species. These capsules are also covered in hooked spines. That one is not yet dry. It's a green one. By clinging into the fur or fever of passing animals or even humans, these spiny structures facilitate the spread of seeds across the challenging terrain, enhancing the species' chance to colonize and survival. I have said earlier that Uncarina leptocarpa is the only species with white flowers, but this is Uncarina stellolifera. It's supposed to be pink flowers. But that one is completely white, which is normally has a purple flower. It's not a new species. It seems that this is due to some kind of albinism. Yeah, that's the same. Uncarina stololifera with white flowers. That one is growing at the Arboretum in Toliara. Okay, and this is Uncarina rosliana. It is the smallest known species within the Uncarina genus, growing as a deciduous tropical shrub that reaches up to 2 meters in height, and it develops an irregularly shaped codex at its base, which is served as a water storing organ, allowing the plant to withstand periods of drought. This species is closely related to Uncarina decorii and Uncarina grandidieri, sharing similar floral structures and growth habits. Among all Uncarina species, rosliana produces the smallest flowers, yet it blooms profusely, creating a striking display of bright yellow blossom with distinctive green center. Yeah, these delicate flowers, which attract pollinators like bees, contract beautifully with the plant's lush, lobed foliage, and in its natural habitat of southern Madagascar, Uncarina rosliana typically begins to flower with the onset of the rainy season, which generally starts around October and lasts through March. All the Uncarina have similar flowering season. Okay, there's no Uncarina on this picture, but it's just to say that Madagascar is home to many species found nowhere else on Earth, and Uncarina is a prime example of the island endemic plant life. Unfortunately, as you may be aware, Madagascar biodiversity is under significant threats: deforestation, climate change, and human activities continue to place immense pressure on its ecosystem. Many species of Uncarina are found in areas that are increasingly being affected by deforestation, as Madagascar forests are cleared for agriculture or lodging, and the habitat of these plants are shrinking. This threatens not only the plants themselves, but the delicate ecological relationship they have with pollinators and the seed dispersers. So this is in Toliara, and that is the view on the St. Augustine Bay near Toliara. In recent years, there has been a growing interest in the conservation of Madagascar endemic species, including the Uncarina species. Conservation programs are focusing on protecting remaining forests, restoring degraded lands, and increasing awareness about the importance of preserving the island's unique biodiversity. Some Uncarina species are even being cultivated in botanical gardens outside Madagascar to help preserve their genetic diversity. These efforts contribute to a broader understanding of how these plants can be conserved and potentially reintroduced into their native environments. So this is in the highlands, in the central plateau of Madagascar. And again, there's no Uncarina in these areas, but just to show how some areas are really degraded. It looks naked on this picture, but we can still find some pachypodiums in those areas. Okay. Yeah, this is also in the central plateau. Yeah. All right. So Uncarinas are easily to grow heat-resistant plants, which grow better than the average. Their attractiveness and further enhance because they will flourish very easily in any pseudo-tropical environment. Okay. So here is at the Arboretum. This hybridization indigenous Uncarina is relatively rare but possible, given the close genetic relationship between some species. As member of the Pedaliaceae family, Uncarina species share a similar floral structure and reproductive mechanism, which can facilitate natural or artificial hybridization under the right condition. Okay. Uncarina flowers are pollinated primarily by insects, particularly bees, when two compatible species grow in proximity and flower simultaneously. Cross-pollination may occur, leading to hybrid seed production. So artificial hybridization can also be achieved through controlled pollination, where pollen from one species is manually transferred into stigma of another. Okay, and those are hybrids. Produce beautiful colors. May inherit variation in color, size, shape, and colors, potentially displaying new hues or thread patterns. I'll say not all Uncarina species may be cross-compatible due to genetic barriers, but some hybrids may produce sterile seeds, limiting their ability to propagate naturally. So growing conditions such as soil type and climate may affect the success of hybrid plants. So, in closing, why Uncarina may not be a household name from its remarkable adaptivity to unique role in Madagascar ecosystem, the genus provides a window into complexity of evolution and ecology. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you for your attention, and I encourage you to continue.
Thank you.